Howdy, folks. Would you else from needcoffee.com here. Back again for another Wayhomer review. Here's how it works for the uninitiated. I have just seen a film. It's from the cinema over there. I'm going to tell you about it. They believe you. Stop doing that. I'm going to tell you about it on my way home. And today we're here to talk about Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. No, I didn't do the thing across the bridge of my nose because, well, you know, first of all, the timing wasn't right because they didn't have any good showings about when I could see it in 3D. And honestly, there's only one film in 3D I want to see this weekend, so Pixar's getting my 3D money. Sorry, Fox. But thanks for not putting that horrible Life of Pi preview in front of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter because I probably would have killed someone. Thank you. All right, what was that? Oh, yes. Okay, so synopsis of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. So, you sort of know the story of Abraham Lincoln. As the trailer says, we only know part of the story. But the whole story is that as a, it's all in the trailer, as a child, he is traumatized by the death of his mother at the hands of a vampire. And so swears revenge. And in the midst of getting that revenge, basically comes across someone who is going to teach him how to have that revenge by the name of Henry. And Henry promises that he can teach him how to kill vampires so that vampire killing can commence. And so throughout the course of Lincoln's life, he is working on trying to get revenge for his mother and beyond that as well. To try to free people from the tyranny of vampires across the nation through both wielding a funky silver axe and also being president. That's a decent synopsis. Okay, so full disclosure, I, as you know, or probably know, I don't have a lot of time to read, but I love audiobooks, so I attempted to listen to the audiobook of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, and I just couldn't get into it. I mean, the concept itself is a lovely concept, okay? And the way that they structured it so that it actually sort of coincides with Lincoln's life, that's kind of cool. But I just couldn't get into it, so I stopped. But I had some hope for the film because I do like the director. I actually enjoyed Wanted because it was able to, basically ease into the ludicrous and make you, I mean, if you'd bought into, bullets curving and flipping and stuff, then you were going to be fine with a cosmic loom. But anyway, so I had some hope for that. Now, the actual reality is that, sadly, it seems that this film kind of reminds me a lot of the Star Wars prequels. In that, well, quite frankly, vampire powers and limitations seem to work a lot like the Jedi. In that, it depends on what's convenient for the plot at any given moment as to what powers and limitations are going to be in effect, you know? Also, just like the Jedi were really dumb, it appears that Abraham Lincoln was really dumb in a lot of respects. In that, is my car dying? No, it's not dying. If I've got enemies that basically can disappear at will and, flip around and are superhumanly strong and stuff, then I'm probably going to put some contingency plans in place for things, which he apparently does not, which is kind of weird. So, problems like that. Also, there's a lot of questions as to why certain characters do certain things at certain times. You know what I mean? Where it's like, well, why is this person suddenly going along with this? Oh, and also, apparently certain people are better at being vampire hunters than others. Because Abraham Lincoln takes years and lots of beatings to become a true vampire hunter. Whereas I'm not going to give any spoilers, but certain people just seem to take to it in the moment. It's really weird. So it is an incredibly inconsistent film. Now I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking, which? You are talking about a film that purports that one of the greatest presidents of the United States killed vampires, and you're complaining about inconsistency. Well, yes, I am. Because part of the thing about building a world, whether it's a huge science fiction world or something, or a fantasy world, or even a world that's an alternate history type of world, is that basically, I mean, you have to lay down rules. And we as the audience, as long as you don't get run over by this semi, what the hell? As long as you explain what the rules are to us, and go, okay, this is how vampires work. Because we've all seen different types of vampires where, you know, sometimes they can walk around in the sun with help, and sometimes without help, and sometimes crosses bother them, and sometimes they don't. And it's just like, okay, we're good with the fact that the rules can be different depending on what we're in, right? But when you've told us what the rules are for your particular world, stick to the rules. You can't just go, well, I don't know, what do we need to have happen in this scene? Well, in this scene, we need, you know, them to not be able to do this. And then suddenly they can do it. It's like, well, wait a minute. Now, there may be explanations for this, but if you don't put them in the film, then how the hell are we supposed to know about them? So I spent a lot of the film just going, what? Also, there is an amazing sequence, part of which is seen in the trailer, so that you know there's going to be a sequence with horses in the film, okay? That is when I at least started to be entertained, because I thought the film was at that point reaching hilarity. Because there's just something about a Matrix fight on horseback that is probably one of the silliest things I have ever seen. And I know it was supposed to be thrilling, and maybe it's all the 3D horses that was supposed to make it thrilling. But oh my God, I could not stop laughing because it was so ludicrous.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome, but not in an awesome way, if that makes sense. In fact, most of the time I was sitting there going, why is this happening? Again, that question. Why is this happening now? Which didn't make any sense from a plot point of view. Anyway, so there's that. Also, I would like to go ahead and inaugurate the Society for the Prevention of Slow Motion Abuse. Because you've only thought you've seen slow motion abuse in the past. But I mean, this was amazing. I mean, I don't even mind slow motion because honestly, there are some fight bits, you know, the waka, where you actually want the waka to kind of like be held out with like a fermata, like on the waka. I believe that's the right musical term. It's been years since I sat at a piano.
That is the correct
Thank you. A fermata waka is the actual technical term.
Yeah, that's not the term.
That's the technical term. And so, but no, I mean, it's just, I don't mind those. Because some hits are cool and you want them to linger, all right? This was ridiculous. I mean, the only thing they did not do is actually back the film up to show it to you again. I mean, it's just like, we're so happy with this axe swing, we're just going to back it up and show you again. That's the only way it could have been more abusive, okay? So anyway, okay, so overall, the film doesn't work for me. Now, it might work for you. I think if you can turn the rheostat of your brain all the way down to 0, break off the rheostat, okay? Then pull your brain out and drop kick it into the next cinema where you can watch a better film. Then you'll probably enjoy the film, okay? And it's a shame because the cast is all actually good. The guy they got playing Lincoln, yes, the guy, the hunter. He's good. He looks good. He's got the Lincoln look down. I mean, yes, his Gettysburg Address was kind of lamely delivered, but I mean, you know, there you go. So, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who plays Mary, she was in Scott Pilgrim. She's wonderful. Dominic Cooper's good. You got a good cast. It's just that the support structure wasn't there for them, and they were doing the best they could with subpar material. So, and it's just a shame, because it, as I said on Twitter, I don't know how much money this is going to make, but I had an entire pitch for Howard Taft versus the Yeti, and I just don't know if that's going to happen now. Anyway, but I will not abuse slow motion in my Yeti film. So anyway, all of that to say, cup-wise, I'm giving it a half a cup. And I'm giving it a half a cup in sympathy for the actors involved, because I know that they went through a lot. And I would say, should you see it? No. I mean, if you're completely sold on the concept and you don't care about rules and you're fine with things changing, or if you enjoyed the Star Wars prequels, then you'll probably enjoy this film. But beyond that, honestly, you can wait for DVD, if that. Or if you enjoyed the book, go back and read the book again. I don't know if it would hold up for you. I never could finish the book. So anyway, there you go. Disappointing. I was actually looking forward to flippy Matrix Abraham Lincoln, but it just got too ridiculous even for me, and I'm a ridiculous human being. So thanks so much for watching these. We appreciate you doing so. We appreciate when you share them and tell others about them. And if you want to help us out, you could do so by going to needcoffee.com/support, and you can throw some change in the till that will help me fix whatever the hell my car was doing at that red light. So until next time on the Wayhomers, I shall simply say bye.